Can we hunt the Ibex now?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
No matter who you are,
Dude, that is amazing.
no matter what you want your life to be, you're gonna be a star.
First Italian bird.
Rolling like a VIP.
Pickle beluga. That guy has a lot of balls, a lot more balls than I do.
Living like a rock star, baby. You're living like a rock star, baby.
You probably guessed that I'm still in Spain and I'm still on cloud 9.
Unlike any place I've ever seen, and I love it.
I've already had a successful hunt for a Barbary sheep, and now it's time for the main event. I'm after Ronda Ibex and Sierra Nevada Ibex, and both can only be found here in Spain. For a hunter, nothing says Spain like Ibex, but for me, there's so much more. I'm here to hunt, drink, explore, and of course, eat.
Walter, my pig at home, would not be very happy about this. Just saying.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him. I won't tell him. What Walter doesn't know won't hurt him.
Let me tell you a quick story. It's 1492, and in the castle up there, an ambitious explorer makes a bold proposal to the king and queen of Spain. Take 3 ships west, hopefully finding a brand new trade route to the East Indies. But instead of landing at Japan, he stumbles upon the Americas. And later, he calls the people that live there Indians, but that's a whole nother story. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm in Spain. And my journey here starts in the same place as the one and only Christopher Columbus, in the ancient city of Granada. Granada is in southern Spain's Andalusia region, in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains. It's one of the most historical and culturally rich places in all of Spain, and it's probably best known for the giant palace city that overlooks it all, called Alhambra. Built on Roman ruins in 1889 AD, it is one of the most visited places in Spain. Over its incredible history, Alhambra has been home to Muslim emirs and Spanish kings and queens. And as you can see, they were pretty safe up here.
I think one of the coolest things about this town is that the people here are so eclectic. There's a building over here that's from the 800s, literally 800, right next to a modern, restaurant. It's unlike any place I've ever seen, and I love it.
Niña, a mí me dirán algo.
Igual, bueno, no sabes que depende de quién pasa.
Ay, Omar, ni dan trabajo, ni dan trabajo, ni dan trabajo, ni...
Miren por ahí. Perdón.
Yo por si acaso. ¿Cómo dice? Amigo, es posible para desayunar.
Voy al Minotauro.
Good day. Welcome to Granada. Happy holiday.
I think that's so cool. In my younger days, I played for tips for a living for music, and so anytime I see a street musician, I like to stop and listen, give him a couple bucks, and then in the middle of him playing a song, he just gets up and packs his stuff up and leaves, and he says, the police are coming. The police come, they come through, and then all of them, they just show back up. It's like pigeons that will go like this, and then they all come, boom, right back. It's pretty crazy.
In many ways, the Spanish ibex are no different than any other big game animal in the way that they live. The cool temperatures and the stealthy safety of the nighttime are often when they are most active. So, the ancient ritual of hunting them is usually best right when the sun begins to spill light onto the earth, and then again, just before it gives way to the moonlight. This is why I came all the way to Spain, and the excitement of glassing up my first ever ibex has me itching to go get my gun. But my friend and guide, legendary Spanish outfitter Antonio Turrell, well, he has other plans.
So pretty. Was it really too young?
Yes, they're too young. I think you have to wait for a couple of years more, at least 5.
They look so big to me.
Yeah, I know.
I understand I'm not an expert, but I don't like either of you right now.
I'm sorry. In 5 years you come back. You
3 or
can
4
see.
years will be a monster.
They'll be monsters? Yeah, okay. They
You
look like
can-
monsters to me.
Yeah,
We need to wait.
you can see they have a good future, you know, on a trophy.
Patience isn't exactly my greatest virtue.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at patience. I'm very good at drinking beer.
The ibex as a species is truly an incredible animal. Often the places they choose to live are spots that no other animal would ever choose to go. Cliffs, mountains, forests. Depending on the location and the subspecies, ibex can be found all over the eastern part of the world. But beyond all that, they are just truly beautiful, and their signature swept back horns make me feel like I'm looking at something straight out of Greek mythology. There are 4 species of ibex in Spain. The Sierra Nevada ibex, also called the southeastern ibex, are found in the Sierra Nevada mountains, obviously in the southeastern part of Spain. Its larger cousin, the Gredos ibex, are found in the central western part of the country. The Besaidi ibex can be found in the mountains above the eastern seaboard. And last but not least, the Ronda ibex live in the Andalusia province, not too far from Granada. But right now, I'm focused on trying to figure out how to hunt the Sierra Nevada.
It's my first morning hunting ibex. And there's a couple of things that are dramatically different from anything I've ever done before. One of them is that they only hunt 6 or 7 of these things in this area a year. So it's obviously really, really heavily protected. And every day they send you out with a ranger, a guy you've never met. You end up hunting with a dude you've never met who is like your guide, except you have a guide. So like, it's a guide that guides the guide. He's local. He's lived here his whole life. Usually they smoke. Sit there and smoke a cigarette and just hang out, look for ibex. It's unlike anything I've ever done. And I love it. Welcome to Spain. See, there he goes. You didn't want to go spot without a cigarette. Makes sense to me.
Once the sun rises and the coolness of the morning disappears, it does change your thoughts on your chances of seeing a good animal. So we hop in the trucks and relocate to a spot overlooking an old homestead. Here we can spend some time glassing the trees that provide shade during the day.
look this ibex there, on the right side, just where is the pine tree. It's a good ibex.
Where at?
Just where's the small bush.
Oh, yeah, I see him, Is that a good one?
I think, for me, it's a really a very good one. ¿No vale ese o no?
Sí, eso no puede valer, sí.
Genesa is also it's a right good one.
That's
So
a
we have to
shooter?
go, yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
Like we go now?
We have to go immediately.
Okay.
I'll be the first to admit that I'm far from an expert on field judging ibex. So when your guide and your guide's guide tell you that they see a shooter, you don't argue. So when they told me to hurry, I got my butt in gear, fast.
Great shot. Great shot.
Muy bueno.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Muy bueno.
Really?
Muy
Yeah.
bueno.
I don't know much Spanish, but if he says muy bueno,
It's bueno.
that's good. That's good. It's bueno.
And 320 meters, it's a great shot.
Shadows. They were all around us. As we head out to begin tracking beside this old homestead, I know I walk in the footsteps and shadows of those from the past, the people who lived on this mountaintop and also hunted here, the shadows of all the things they must have experienced. I'm sure both good and bad.
Blood everywhere here.
And as I walk up on my very first Spanish ibex, I can't help but think about those people and what these ibex must have meant to them.
Stood here for a second, and he must have died right here and fell down there. Slightly morbid and slightly poetic.
Picture him standing on a rock overlooking the thing, and this is where he died too, old guy. It just looks so old and gnarly and heavy.
Very bad.
Is this heavy for an ibex?
Yeah, it's quite heavy. You know, he's an old fighter.
Yeah, I mean,
He can fight everywhere.
just all worn off on the edges. I have been a lot of cool places, but I've never experienced anything quite like this.
It's great.
I mean, the people, the food, these unbelievable animals,
the mountains.
the mountains.
It's very nice.
Thank you, my friend.
You are welcome. It's a pleasure.
Before we pack out my kill, Antonio and I take a few minutes to relive the history that took place in this old stone structure. People built this, I mean, carrying one stone at a time, sand in between it. I mean, the amount of work that it must have taken for this. And then, I mean, it's huge, so there must have been a lot of people here, right?
Oh yeah. I think was more than 200 people living all around this area. And you have no bricks in the past, you have just stones.
Yeah.
So you have not other alternative.
This must be an oven,
Yeah.
and this wood doorway. I mean, it's been here for hundreds of years, and it's still still standing. Well, nothing says old Spain like a hand-built building, an ibex, and a good buddy. Super cool, man. Look at this, unbelievable.
So you can see that everywhere it's a small part of history where we are hunting, you know.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, everywhere in Spain.
It was a good day in Spanish Ibex country. We celebrate a little more. All right, a lot more. Thank you, my friend.
You are welcome.
And then we head back to the small village of Bacares. You might remember that I'm staying here with my new friends, brother and sister, Jose and Mari. A few days ago, they showed me the ropes on how to grill octopus. And today, I get another lesson on how to serve another Spanish delicacy.
Nick, I want to introduce you to the jamón.
I say, hello, Helmon. Very good.
Jamón, Nick. This guy is from the United States, and he never have met you.
No.
And he don't know that he is our traditional food of Spain, you know?
It's kind of overwhelming. Giant hunks of literally ham.
Yeah.
Is it smoked?
No, this is dry, air dry, and about 3,000 meters over the sea level.
It's not cooked at all.
No, no, no. It's just meat, salt.
Aged.
Yeah, aged, and the guys.
For how long?
At least 3 years, minimum.
Really?
Yeah. You have to cut it very, very thin.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the master.
He is a master. I don't know. Por favor, corta.
Sure, go. Jose has been running this establishment for most of his adult life, so naturally, he's pretty darn good at this. The trick is to get it just the right thickness. Not too thin, not too thick.
You want to try?
Yes, I do. So you just keep it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, I know.
It's so rich.
Yeah, rich on flavor.
Yes.
You know.
Hard to believe it's never been cooked, just completely aged for 3 years.
You never tasted before?
No. Can I try?
Que va a intentarlo,
Yeah?
Yeah.
See?
First you cut a little bit of meat and then you touch from the top.
So,
But take care, we have no hospitality down.
like this.
Yeah. Now you touch from the top.
Like grab
Yeah,
it like this?
yeah, and then you finish cutting it. Exactly. And thin.
Oh, too thick.
Yeah.
Too thick.
This is for you.
Oh yeah, see,
You
look.
keep it. Yeah.
It's not as easy as it looks. Now, compare his
Yeah, it's a different.
to mine.
But I'm sure you can make a good burger.
Yeah, it'd be very good. I can make a good burger.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't cut ham very well, apparently. Welcome to Hollywood, or mini Hollywood anyway. Plopped in the middle of the Sierra Nevada mountains in Spain is a little tiny American western town. Confused yet? Check this out. In the 1960s, an Italian movie director named Sergio Leone found international acclaim and success after he built a Western movie set and filmed a trio of what would later become legendary Westerns, starring a young and handsome Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson. These movies, along with a string of other Westerns that were filmed by Italian directors, became affectionately known as spaghetti Westerns. Most of the plots of these movies took place in the American Southwest and Mexico, so they had to find a place to film that looked the part. And it's crazy, when you look around, it really does look just like that. Today, this famous set is preserved as a theme park, and it features daily cowboy stunt shows, a mock bank raid, and all sorts of other reenactments. And of course, Antonio and I got caught up in the fun too. $10. There's nothing like being a true tourist. Every once in a while, you just gotta go for it.
A lot of movie stars was here.
Sure.
And now
In the middle, we are in the middle of nowhere too.
And
it-
also Terminator 3 will be done next year here. Game of a Drone as well.
Okay.
So, I mean,
And it's hard to believe that there's Ibex right here. Andalusia is a region in the south of Spain. It's a place of contrasts, ancient cities and deserts, amazing beaches along the Costa del Sol and the Costa de la Luz, and the incredible Sierra Nevada mountains, which is where I find myself after a long week of hunting, in search of the Ronda Ibex. And I'm joined in this area by two new park rangers, Jose Manuel and Paco.
aquí acción.
I'm not sure what you just said, but hope it wasn't bad. Antonio has been replaced by his younger and better looking counterpart. We spend the next few hours glassing, and we get lucky. We strike oil early. So we've seen a group of rams about 1,000 yards away, and they're in a perfect position to stalk. Like the wind's in our face, it's really windy, and they're in a bunch of bushes feeding. So we're gonna try and get up there. It's a good hike up there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get close to them or not, but it's worth a try. Here we go. After a 30-minute hike up the mountain, we managed to get ourselves in a position that is perfect. The wind is blowing hard straight in our face, and it covers our scent and our sound. Now we're just a few hundred yards from where we last saw the Ibex, and all of a sudden, out walks an old lone ram right in front of us, just 20 yards away, and he has no idea we're there. It's like bow range, like
10 meters. Incredible.
I'm freaking out. We thought they were way over there. We came up and there's one feeding here. Look where we are right now.
Incredible. Incredible. 10 meters.
Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Some days, life feels perfect, and this is definitely one of those days. And when they happen, you need to be thankful. A day where nothing else matters but the moment that is right in front of you. And to focus on those moments sometimes is tough to do. A moment to climb out of your shell and have fun, no matter who's watching. Trying new things, doing new things, and being open to new experiences. My long Spanish journey has come to an end, so I'll leave you with this quote. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person who is doing it. If you ask me, finer words have never been spoken. So get out there and do it. This is one of the most exciting things I've ever done. I mean, to be up here, to sneak this close to this wild of sheep, and then to share it with a guy like you. I love Spain. I'm not afraid to say it. And that right there, that's an officially tagged Ibex, my last one of the trip. What a way to end it. Unbelievable.